Hey kids, Gjenrei back for more Let's Play Chrono Trigger. Last time we rescued the princess. Hooray! Yeah, we did the standard RPG thing of rescuing the princess. Now we gotta go and escort her home. Well, that's nice. Everybody leaves. You can still offer to sell the pendant. I wouldn't recommend it. You can still play some carnival games if you really want to. I'm gonna try this stupid thing with the cat again. Because BD pointed out that I was hitting the button twice. Because I wasn't, I can't hear the sound, so I didn't hear the cat go meow. But, come on, cat. So, clearly, the cat is now my friend. And yeah, I didn't talk to Marley before. It's right there. Yeah, I didn't talk to Marl before picking up her pendant, so that's going to affect me a little later. Otherwise, I think I've done everything exactly as possible. So, yeah. Anyway, let's explore this. We explored this town already. Let's go back to my house for a second. Every new... Ooh, my cat. Every new friend you have has a little bit of dialogue with your mom there. And, she's like, oh, she sort of recognizes the princess. Not really. But yeah, every other character you have in the game has some sort of dialogue with your mother. Alright. Let's go through the forest. Dodging. Avoid that guy. I think I showed that battle off. I think I showed this battle, even though that's a... Actually, yeah, I'll show this battle again, because it's a new bird. I think it used to be blue. Or maybe that was, in the other forest, I don't know, anyway. Now, when you... After a certain plot event, some battles will change. Like this one, the bird used to fly away, but now, because of the plot events, the game's expecting you to be stronger, and thus he'll stick around and become part of that battle, and change the dynamic a little bit. I gotta avoid these mushrooms. I, of course, walk right into one. Oh yeah, let's show off Slash. Slash is a line attack. As you can see, I'm targeting the one farther away from me, and thus hit the one closer to me as well, which is pretty cool. Yeah, nothing too worried about there. Free tonics, though. Yay, free medicine. No, I'll go over there eventually. The only thing over there is another area with that black treasure chest. They saw it from before. Hey, the princess is back. Where's she been? Abducted? No. If I kidnapped her, why the hell would I bring her back? Why do people think that? It's like, rather than assume that I'm the hero that rescues the princess, they would rather just call me a criminal. And then she tries to say no. He immediately doesn't listen to her at all. And now I'm a terrorist all of a sudden. Some games don't make no sense. They're gonna surround her, and I'm all like, what the hell's going on? And then she yells, and they all drop to one knee, because it's the princess, and you're supposed to obey the princess. Yeah, she outranks you, dude. Hey, she outranks you. Now if you don't notice, this is a courtroom. Yeah. Remember what Chancellor said about creating a criminal justice system? Well, he did. Foreshadowing. Now, a lot of people wonder their Chancellor's the prosecutor. Good old Pierre's my defense lawyer. A lot of people will say that this is very much a jury. It's very much like an American court system, jury of your peers, blah, 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 blah. No, don't hang me upside down. Or guillotine me, you jerk. A lot of people think that there's no way to get a completely innocent verdict, which is not true. However, there are several things you can easily screw up on. You're ordered to tell the truth. Yeah. Did I kidnap the princess? Absolutely not. Yeah, there. That is true. Now, he's going to say, who actually started this? You have to say that you did, because no matter what you say, you technically run into her and blah. That is one of the things you have to do. Yep. Megan's little side. How do you know about Megan? Facts. What do you mean, facts? Actually, hold on a second, viewer. Yeah, alright, sorry about that. I could literally sit there and, you know, be doing nothing for about an hour, and then, you know, nothing happens. The second I start recording... Oh, my character is at the core of this case, and if you rescued that cat, Pierre will have a little girl as a witness that says, hey, you're not a bad guy, you brought back the cat. Oh, you're welcome. Also, if, thanks. Motive. Okay, here's where I screwed up. He said, what our ransom? Now, if you say no, and you talk to her before picking up the pendant, nothing happens. Not at all. This is where... Okay. Witness. This guy's gonna come in, or... Saw what? 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 Okay? Yeah, and then I give it back to her. What does that have to do with anything? Yeah, okay, so that's the one thing I screw up on. If you they're mad because he said not guilty. If you know, talk to her first, oh, to hell with you. If you talk to her first and then get the pendant, you know, he says, oh, no, I have nothing to say. Also, wow. Also, if you, for the character part, yay! If you steal the old man's lunch, which is a full heal, I mean, you know, you think in an RPG there's nothing spectacular, but he gets called as a witness, say you greedy ass stole his lunch. If you try to sell her pendant to Melchior, someone else gets called as a witness for the money part. If... Yay! 6 to... or 5 to... Is it 5 to 2? Yeah. You can get all 7 not guilty. And I had 3 days in solitary confinement. God damn it. Also, if while she's buying candy, you try to leave, she says, don't drag me away like some kidnapper, and that counts against you. But if you don't do any of those things, you know, you talk to her before grabbing her pendant, you don't drag her away from the candy, you don't steal the lunch, you give back the cat, you don't try to sell the pendant, and you admit to it being your fault, you will get a perfect 7 out of 7 not guilty. But it doesn't actually change anything, because you still get put in solitary confinement for running away. You can't see my finger quotes, but that's what I'm doing. Running away with the princess. And we're taking our long, slow walk to 3 days in solitary confinement. God, this is so embarrassing. What I didn't try to overthrow nothing. You're a Wait, what? Mark, this would be a good time to say something. Anything. Just... No! Now, if you were not found guilty, you know, he says execution, the guy says, I don't seem to hear anything about execution. And he just, you know, throws his weight around. How dare you question me? And, you know, of course. It's very interesting the way they did this. Because, again, you know, it's... Sure, there's two scenarios getting to the same place, but at least they have somewhat of a rational explanation behind it. We'll wake up in jail. You can check this little thing here for basically soda, I guess. And then you have this little pink package. If you were found not guilty, I think you need at least 5 not guilty votes. Could be 4. I guess technically 4 would be a not guilty verdict, period. But if you, if you were not guilty, someone sends you an ether care package. Now, there's 2 ways to go about this. You can sit there and wait for your day of execution, or you can do what I'm going to do, and you can break the hell out, because I am not dealing with this nonsense. No, I'm going to keep making noise until you come and get me. Ugh. Yeah, come on. Come at me, bro. Can't believe I just said that. Huh. Oh. Boy, you think you're so tough? You ain't got nothing. I'll show you misbehaving. Hurrah! Of course, like in all role-playing games, they entirely forgot to disarm us. And thus we get a fight against the guard. Nothing spectacular. You can one-shot him. And we gain, you know, 70 gold and a tonic. We mugged him. And of course that body's gone. Can we open this door? Of course it only opens halfway. That means we can't actually get in there. But what fate awaits us? We just escaped from prison. You know, prison break! You know, Mondays, 9 o'clock on Fox. But, you know, what awaits us now? Because, I mean, obviously they think we're going to be executed. They're going to have guards all over the place. Can we make it out of here alive? What happened to Megan? And will Sarah ever escape her tormented clutches of being a princess? Find out next time on Let's Play Chrono Trigger. Until then, everybody, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for all your support, and have a good night.